Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you for being here. Excuse my voice. I have a bit of a cold today. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. 7 of Cups. All right. You have tremendous empathy in you. You sort of understand and share in other people's feelings. I feel like you're always there to comfort people when they're upset. I feel like people go to you. People like, I don't know. People want to be around you when they're not feeling well. Does that make sense? I feel that you sort of have a healing effect on people. It's almost not even really a healing effect. What I'm kind of sensing is that people find your company comforting when they are having a bad day, when they don't feel well, when they're in need. Okay? And I think that sometimes this gets you into situations where you're taking on some negative energy from other people. Okay, that's the problem with being an empath, that you might tend to absorb some of this negative energy from others. Okay, so we have to be careful with that. Yeah, sometimes the 7 of Cups is about us suddenly seeing a situation for what it really is. Okay. I don't know if you have anybody around you now that feels as if they're draining too much of your positive energy, or if they're sort of giving you too much of their negative stuff. Sometimes this card is something we don't want to see. All right. Don't worry, though. We're going to put this into some context. It's going to be okay. I guarantee it. Let's take a look at what else we've got here. Look at that. 9 of Wands. Strength. A Queen of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. A 6 of Pentacles. And the Star card. Oh, yes. See, these cards are very, very good. If this is a swamp situation, a quicksand situation, being able to recognize it is the first step towards success. Okay? First, we have to feel viscerally. It's one thing to sort of to say, oh, I understand it intellectually. But no, that 7 of Cups isn't intellectual recognition or understanding. It's a feeling. It's that visceral sort of feeling that something is other than what we thought it was. You know, other than how maybe it looked at first. So I feel like we're peering underneath the surface here with that 7 of Cups. Here we have 4. Nice. 4 of Wands. Very good. A 3 of Wands. We have a Knight of Cups and the Chariot. Double Cancer energy. Very cool. I feel like Cancer is a very important card for you. Very important energy. The Cancer energy, yeah? I don't know if you have Cancer people around you, or if you maybe have a strong Cancer placement in your chart, yeah? Getting a letter H, there's a big H sort of showing up for your energy right now. Big H. I don't know if that's a name or a symbol, okay? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And we're just gonna, let's just pull one out of the middle here. And we're gonna set it down right here. We're gonna put Mr. Tao, the yin-yang duck, right there on top. Don't forget, Scorpio, you are magic. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the end. It will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If you have a prediction for that card, put it in the comments down below. Let's take a look around the room. Excuse me if I have to hit the cough button every once in a while in the reading today, okay? Last thing I want is to blow out your speakers or your eardrums with my loud and obnoxious cough. So bear with me, please. Now, let's look around the room. We've got two major arcana energies. We've got the Chariot and the Star. I think are very, very good. Very good major arcana cards. We got fire. A lot of fire, actually. A lot of fire, even more. Every time I look, more fire cards. We got a lot of fire. We got a little bit of water. Right? We don't have any air. I wonder why no air. No, the Swords cards have been mysteriously absent from all the readings today. Go watch the other readings that I did today. It's weird. Leo, Virgo, Libra, and now Scorpio. Not a lot of Swords cards. Very interesting. It feels like it's not really a time for thinking and planning too much. It's a time for doing. It's a time for feeling and for doing. Yeah. So we see a lot of fire, and that's really the doing, you know. And we see some good results in the earth energy too, a lot of manifestation. I think in your case, we've got to get through this water thing, which is really about seeing whatever sort of toxic things are in your life right now. And the Seven of Cups is kind of maybe an energy vampire, right? Little kind of Colin Robinson energy going on here. It feels to me like it is a negative energy that is near you. It feels like at first we see it and it's something that we like. It feels good. But the more we look at it, the more we use our sort of spiritual vision, star energy, then I think we start to see that this is not as good as we thought it was, you know? That this seems now like something kind of toxic. Yeah. This might be a recognition that we're starting to accumulate too much of this negative energy from the people around us. It may be a particular person. It may just be generally your sort of empathic nature is taking on too much of this residue. You know, maybe you're in healthcare, maybe you're a doctor or a surgeon, maybe you're a nurse, maybe you work in any kind of healthcare, mental healthcare, addiction recovery, whatever it is. Sometimes those kinds of jobs take their toll on you. You know, sometimes they really do build up this residue over time. And I think that's one of the reasons why in the healthcare field, I was an EMT for a short period of time. One of the first things you're taught is to not really get personally involved. Don't fraternize with the patients, you know. You don't want to collect all of that energy. Okay. So I think, you know, that there is a little bit of quicksand beneath your feet. A little bit of mud, a little bit of swamp. But you've got this 9 of Wands. This is the strength. This is the strength that you can just in one giant step sort of get out of the swamp. You know? It's just one sort of massive effort that you just sort of, you know, when you stick your foot in the mud and the suction kind of gets your foot. This is like that big step you got to take to get out of that. And then you're free. It doesn't seem like it's really heavy right now. So it's, in a way, the sooner you recognize where these energy leakages are, and I think it's emotional for you. It's taking on negative emotions. Maybe you've just noticed lately you've sort of been in a bad mood, or you've been a little bit quick to anger, or maybe even things that you used to really love, like, nah, it's just ice cream doesn't taste so good as it used to, that sort of thing. And it's better to recognize this as quickly as we can so we can take this big leap and get ourselves out of that. This is the strength that you have to overcome any sort of emotional energy or mood that is going to hold you back a little bit. Okay? And this is it. This is the last little bit of residue that's got to come off here. Before we achieve all of this wonderful stuff. Like, look at these cards. Right? We have your spiritual vision. We've got your strength. We've got your destiny. We've got your ability to assess the past and to, to gain functional wisdom from your past to bring to the future. We've got your material success, your money, your physical health, your environment, the people around you, right? Great, wonderful, beautiful success. We've got your ability to complete tasks, to close deals, to seal the deals, right? To let go of things that are done and over with, right? To know when the time has run out on something and it's time to move on. You know who you are. You have your virtue. You have your identity in the environment. That you go out into the world and you are you. And you've got your ability to give and receive love and affection. You've got your vehicle fortified and ready to go. You got your sense of purpose, your sense of destiny, your devotion. Your life is incredibly great. Well, I think this is the only thing slowing you down. This is the last little bit of toxic sludge that's got to be cleaned off of you. And then your life is about to become incredibly great. Incredibly great. We just got to get that little bit of ooze, a little bit of, ectoplasm off of us. Yeah. But the Nine of Wands is an intense strength. It's a resilience. It's your ability to keep getting up when you've been knocked down. Okay? And it's the strength here says that you're going to keep getting up. You know what success is? Here's success. Right? 6 of Pentacles, material success. This is financial success. This is health. This is wealth. This is beautiful perfection, right? How you achieve that success is by getting up one time more than you fall down. That's it. It's just a numbers game. You got to just stand up one time more. And I think that the 7 of Cups here is that swamp. And you just say, yeah, there's a confidence in this. Because I think this is something that you're already actively, it's an obstacle that you're actively trying to overcome now. And it might just be a little bit of pessimism. It might be just a little bit of this emotional ooze. You're just kind of in a bad mood lately, or there's just a couple of things in your life that really just got to go, to free you up for this really optimistic happiness, for this great, incredible success. It doesn't mean you're going to be happy all the time, forever. But this is what's holding you back from your destiny. Okay? And beneath the surface, we have a Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is someone that's looking at the past, recapitulating. Excuse me. Looking at the long and winding road that has been your path, right? So you have to appreciate where you've been to know where you're going. And this is that side of things. This is you looking at the past, appreciating it. But not only appreciating it, but understanding it, distilling it down into kernels of wisdom that you can take into your future. Okay? Things that we've learned in our history that we can apply to our future work, to what's coming. And so this is something underneath the surface now. This needs to be brought forward a little bit. This needs a little bit more attention, okay? And we need to get back, really, to the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands, I think, is that very clear aspiration for you. That was the time where you were sort of, you were just lit up. You were enthusiastic. You were on fire about something. Maybe it was toward your work or toward your spiritual life, your spiritual work. Maybe it was friends, career, romance, school, whatever it was. This is like, I've got one vision. I've got one thing on my mind, and this is it. We're just fired up. There's an intensity with this. Right? This is the torch that you're carrying. This is what's lighting your way. It was an ambition. Maybe it was your spiritual zeal. Right? I think zeal is a good word for this card. Still getting that big H symbol. I don't know what it is. Well, we could be talking about a health. Maybe the H is for health. Because if this is that youthful ambition, that youthful, vibrant, vital energy, that aspiration, right? That's just so ready to take on the world, you know? And then maybe the Seven of Cups is a decline in health. Maybe there's just some health issues, you know? But we got that 9. We got that return of the vitality. Okay. So this is really about removing toxic things in your life, removing things in your life that are preventing you from feeling this Ace of Wands again, from feeling this zeal for your work. And now when I say work, I don't just mean what you do for money. I mean what you're burning calories doing every day, what your central focus is, what your great work is. Maybe it's your career, maybe it's your family, your spiritual life, maybe it's your school, whatever. Don't matter. Okay? What matters is the success of that thing. Now the 6 is beautiful. This is light. Look how it's glistening. This card just shimmers in the light. See? This is that sparkling, sterling, glimmering, shimmering, shining success. This is perfection. This is the pinnacle, the height, the zenith of success for you. And it's pentacles. Could be money, could be health. Could be health. Could be your well-being. Now, I'm not a doctor. This isn't a medical reading. I'm not giving any medical advice. I'm giving common sense advice, maybe, you know. You got to get away from this toxic stuff. I'm just looking at the cards. You can see if there was something here that we didn't want in the reading, what would it be? Come on. It's not multiple choice. There's one choice here. It's this one. But see, this is the card that's here. So why is it here if we don't want it? Well, it's here so that you can see it. Maybe we were looking at this and thinking, oh, wow, that's a beautiful tree. Maybe this is that beautiful plant you have in your living room, but you're coming to realize that, oh man, it's poison. You know, it's like filling the air with some sort of noxious fumes or whatever. It's something like that in your life. And really, this is the last thing that needs to be released before this incredible, great success, beautiful, wonderful light can shine in your life. And it really is the light of your destiny, right? And it's here in the star card. And the star card does 2 things, 2 functions, the star energy. First of all, it illuminates us internally, shows us who we are in our being, shows what we're made of. It shows you where your buttons are, shows you where your blockages are, shows you where your knots of karma are. Okay? And I think that's where we are on the path of the dove now. The star is doing that phase 1, showing you where that 7 of Cups is. Where is that toxic sludge inside of you, in your soul, right? That thing, that whatever it is that you're sort of is attached to you that you got to get rid of. The second phase, phase 2, is that once we accept that light and we start to see where the buttons are, you know, where our sore spots are, we start working on that. We start closing off some of those loops. And, well, that brings us to the path of the serpent. And as we do this path here, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free, and I don't always sound like this. And, well, honestly, it helps out the channel when you subscribe, and I really do appreciate that. I'm trying to grow the channel here. I want to reach more people, you know. 4 of Wands is here in this position, and this is what we do with the work, that the star is showing us these things. The starlight, right? The spiritual, the divine light is showing us the blockages. So what we can do, 4 of Wands, we can complete the cycle. We can tie off those loose ends. We can have closure for whatever these things are. We can put an end to it. We realize that the time has run out for these and they're gone. Get rid of them. This could be the Seven of Cups, could be at some point this was very healthy for you. It's healthy in a certain state, but maybe, once it sits out on the counter too long, it starts to grow that fuzzy mold on top of it. It's not good anymore. Time to throw it out. That's what this card is. It's earthly time. Time to throw it away. Time to get rid of it. Time to move on. Time to close it. Shut it down. Time to complete the cycle. Time to move forward. The Four of Wands reminds us of the impermanence of things. We've sort of squared the circle here, and we know that holding the infinite in a material matrix is but a temporary thing. Eventually the material matrix will dissolve, rot, decay, grow mold, and whatever, turn into other stuff. And the spirit of that thing will depart, let's say. So this is the completion of this cycle, whatever that Seven of Cups, whatever that emotional energy was. Maybe at one point it had a very fine matrix. It was delicious, it was healthy, it was good. It's impermanent, and that structure is starting to break down. And if it's breaking down and we're still trying to consume it, it's not going to be good for us. Okay? It's time to accept the impermanence of it and say, it's time for it to go. Okay? So it's not necessarily a negative energy. It's just it's all relative. Energy is relative, It's polarized, sure, but whether we need some negative polarization or positive polarization, it's a relative thing. Positive, negative doesn't mean good or bad. Okay? It may be bad for us now, maybe it's good for some other organism, but it's not good for us now. Our cats can eat things that I can't eat. You know what I'm saying? So it's time to let this thing go, close the cycle on this. The Three of Wands in the environment is just absolutely stunning, because I feel that this is really a freedom, that this closure, letting go of this, really it puts you in such excellent energy. It puts you just in your confidence. This is a real confidence here. This is a sense of identity. And this is almost, it's almost, to me, it feels like that calm confidence, that calm assertiveness. It feels like the zeal that we were talking about here, but it feels like it's in the early morning hours. It feels like you're standing outside your front door in your bathrobe or your pajamas. You got a cup of tea with a little string hanging out, and you're just watching the pre-dawn life. The birds start to wake up. The sky's starting to get a little bit lighter. The sun eventually is going to slowly start cresting over the horizon. These are the minutes before sunrise, the pre-sunrise minutes, and to me it has that feeling, and it's almost like we're in just such joyous anticipation of the day, because you know that you're going to be filled with this spiritual light, and you know that yours is a spiritual path, and the other side of the star energy, right, the phase 2, starts to show you where you're going in life. So we get done with phase 1, we close off some of these buttons, some of these karmic knots, we untie them or whatever, however you want to phrase it. And then phase 2 kicks in. We start to see more and more the path before us, where we're going, why we're here. The star card answers those 2 questions. Who am I? Why am I here? What am I made of? Where am I going? I guess that's 4 questions, but you know what I mean. And that, to me, is the confidence behind the Three of Wands. That we're looking at that in those pre-dawn hours, and we're so ready for whatever the day will bring us. It's going to be a magical spiritual day, where we are in our aspiration. Maybe you're going to school that day. Maybe you're going to work that day. Maybe you're going to a friend's house that day. Maybe you're staying home. It's going to be a day filled with love and joy and spirit. Yeah. Now, the next card, of course, is the Knight of Cups. When we're on the path of the dove, this is the card we don't want. When we're on the path of the serpent, this is the card we need. We don't want it, we need it. Over here, we don't want it. Why? Well, because I think that your free exchange of emotions is what got you here. So now we don't really need that now. What we need just is the fiery strength to see what Spirit's showing us so we can close off that, tie off that thing. But now that we're here, we need the energy. Now we've got to freely share our love again. If you've learned your lesson, you're not going to get back to a swamp, right? We're going to know when the milk in the fridge has gone bad, right? Or when the angel food cake on the counter has changed color that we don't want to eat. But we need this card again. We're opening up our heart again. And we're loving. We're exchanging love and affection. We need this card. We need to follow our heart. See, this is a situation that in some people, it would harden your heart. Your heart would become like steel, like ice. Cold as ice, right? No, you're invoking the Cancer energy. And that's why this Cancer energy is so important for you, because it is a sensitivity to emotions. You're not going to stop being an empath. Very sorry for the cough button here. I know you probably are annoyed by the audio going in and out. You probably think it's your phone. No, it's me. All right, it's me. Give me a day or two and I should be over this cold and we'll be all right. Yeah, I appreciate you sticking with me though. I really do. There's something. What's the antique jewelry? Spirit's saying that there's some kind of jewelry thing, or there's some sort of a dispute or an issue with property with I don't know if it's something inherited. It's something from a family member. It's part of the estate, but there's some kind of jewelry thing. Someone's fighting for who gets the jewelry or something like that. I don't know what that is. But the Cancer energy, it is getting back to that sensitivity. We're not closing ourselves off to it. We're here again, and we need to be. We need to follow our heart. We need to accept love. We need to be empathic and compassionate, and we need to exchange that energy with others. Whatever it is that's going on here, if this is a relationship that's expired or gone bad, doesn't mean that you're not going to have another one at some point. It doesn't mean that you're closing yourself off to those possibilities. Okay? We're being vulnerable still. Yeah. And the Cancer energy too, the end, we have the Chariot, of course, as the final card. Your devotion to that higher principle in life, your devotion to that spiritual energy, to your destiny, to your star, to love, is the highest sort of devotion that we can have. And it may sometimes get us into swampy, sticky situations that we don't want. It may, we may keep things around longer than we should, and then we gotta sort of get rid of them. Sometimes I keep stuff in my refrigerator, too long, thinking I'm gonna eat it one day, but I don't. And, it's wasteful and stuff, but this is, it's a card of vulnerability, but also of fortification. That you are strong enough in yourself to be vulnerable. If you were a weak person, you couldn't be vulnerable. Does that make sense? It's only the strong that can be so open as to let in this energy, knowing that it's not going to destroy me. It's not really going to hurt me. I may feel I'm in a little bit of a swamp, but I can easily get out of that. It'll take a little doing, but it's okay. You have to be strong if you wish to be vulnerable. And that's what the Chariot card is talking about right now. Let's look at the mystery card. Yeah. Your life is about to become absolutely wonderful. This is just a cycle this is just one little knot of karma that you're ending that cycle. You're throwing away that expired thing and or recycling it or whatever it is. And everything else is absolutely stellar. Let's see what the mystery card will confirm or deny, as the case may be. I'm expecting some good water energy. Yeah, I want a 6 of cups, 9 of cups, 10 of cups. or a 3 even. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments down below. Let's see what we have. Oh my God. 6 of Cups. Yes, look at that. The 6 of Pentacles is that success, right? And the 6 of Cups is sort of the meaning of it, the feeling of it. You know, this is you coming together with another soul that, you know, this is a ripe time. You know, the sixes are the ripe fruit. The 7 is, it sort of died on the vine. It got a little rotten. It got a little overripe. You know, you don't want to eat the, you know, like my wife, she buys these nectarines. Oh God, I love them. When she first buys them, they're hard as rocks. Maybe 4 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, right? Hard. Can't eat those. But a couple days go by. They're just right. Perfect. Not too soft, not too hard. You wait another couple days, they're squishy and they're sort of leaking, and I can't eat them. That's overripe. And that's a 7. Right? The 4, not done yet. The 5 is it ripening. The 6 is perfection. The 7 is you waited too long. You should have eaten the darn thing, right? So you got these 2 6s. The 6 of Cups. It is the perfect time for love, for connection. And that doesn't mean romance. It could. It could. It's us being vulnerable and open to loving again, to you know, to following our heart into whatever unknown land it leads us. We're strong, and so we can be vulnerable, and we can take a chance on connections. Your life's about to become really, really great. This is the card of pleasure. The pleasure of eating the ripe fruit. It's not underripe. It's not overripe. It's perfect. It's perfection. It's taken the cake out of the oven at just the right time. It's moist, not too dry, but it's cooked all the way through. It's just sweet. I love this very much. What else is sweet is the extended reading, which we're going to do now. Click on the link up top or down below. New readings for Scorpio Wednesdays and Saturdays. Be sure to watch both readings. They're both very important for you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free, does not cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.